Hello and welcome to week 1 of Socks Giving. So the idea behind this series is I want to spend the entire month of November getting all of my Christmas gifts ready so that in the month of December I can just knit on Advent things and Christmas yarn and really enjoy the month of December. If you hear my voice is acting up a little bit, I'm under the weather a little bit. The goal here was that I can't really necessarily do Vlogmas like everybody does because of the nature of my job. I can't film when I'm at work. So this is kind of a way to give you a behind the scenes peek at my life a little bit as I feel comfortable to do so, and just follow along the month of November and see how much progress I can get done on all these Christmas gifts. So all of these socks today are going to be referred to by the name of the yarn itself and not by who it's for. There's a couple that I might point out who they're for because the recipient already knows about the socks, but for the most part we're going to refer to all of these as the yarn itself to keep the mystery alive. And if you know me personally and you think this might be for you, just don't ask questions. Enjoy it. Enjoy seeing the process. So I have a total of 8 socks set aside to complete in the month of November. I would be very thrilled if I finish 7 of these. If I get all 8 pairs done, I'll be really surprised, but I'll show you a little bit. The 8th pair isn't super necessary. So the goal is for each week to show you the start and the end point. With me being a little bit under the weather for this first week, I don't have necessarily a starting point. I'll point out where I started the week at and point out where I've ended for this first week. And then hopefully for next week, we will have this video to reference for the beginning of next week's video. So the first pair of socks, this is in a bag from Stephen West when I did the Twist and Turns MCal. Says you're an MCal knitter baby. Obviously this was not big enough for the shawl, but it's perfect for socks. And in here I have some socks with Woolmarket Fibers yarn. These are the Joker colorway. And if you watched the last podcast episode, I had mentioned on there that I was going to cast these on soon. And I did. I cast them on. So these socks, the starting point was literally at the end of the leg on November 1st. So all I've done between November 1st and now is I put the heel flap on both of these. I have a lessons student that I am working with on knitting socks. So these socks are going to follow where we're at in the lesson. So right now we are on the heel flap. So if I can show you, just done a traditional heel flap, haven't even done the heel turn yet. So when we do our next lesson, I will do the heel turn on these and keep these up with the lesson. I think these will easily be done by the end of the month. But if they run over because the lesson runs over and we extend the time a little bit longer, I'm not super worried about it. I know they'll be done by Christmas. So that's pair number 1, Woolmarket Fibers in the colorway Joker. So the light's kind of blowing us out a little bit, but it's really cool in person. So pair number 1. Pair number 2, you've probably already seen a little bit of. This is the remnants of the Yorkshire Spinners, West Yorkshire Spinners of Robin colorway. So at November 1st, I was right here, 2 socks here, but oop, if I can get it laid out. I was right here at the top of the cuff, so I've knit all the way down the leg. And this week I'll be working on doing the heel flap and heel turn on this one. And I believe the other one, I've knit I was about halfway down the leg. They are all knotted up here. And these minis did not come with the West Yorkshire Spinners. The green here came with my row 1 minis. And then this is West Yorkshire Spinners Robin colorway. So I was about halfway down the leg. I finished out the 60 rounds of the leg and have continued on. So that's pair number 2. For week 1, I'm pretty excited for this. That means they're almost halfway done. I think there's a very strong possibility these socks are complete, if not almost complete, by the end of next week. I like to take just any kind of free time I have if I'm traveling in the car, or if I have a couple minutes on my lunch break or before work or after work, whatever, just put a couple rounds in and you'd be surprised. You do 5 rounds here, 5 rounds there, that suddenly you've knit half a sock in a week. So I'm pretty hopeful that these will be done. That's pair number 2. Pair number 3 is also a Woolmarket Fibers colorway. In this colorway, it's in a bag. I think this is White Rose Fiber Company. Yes, White Rose Fiber Company. This is their shark. It was back when Knitty Natty did Sock Week, but she did kind of like a Shark Week themed Sock Week. So this was when that bag came out from White Rose Fiber Company. And these socks in the whole week from November 1st until now, and this is Sunday, November 10th, I think. I'm filming this. I've done the entire sock through the heel flap and the heel turn. And I'm doing a rib pattern here. This is Wool Market Fibers in the Splash of Love colorway. And I've done both socks. This sock here is up to the gusset a little bit, and I'll put in stitch markers now that I've gotten through first week of these so we can check our progress for next week. But I'm in the gusset of this one. I'll be through the, I think halfway through the gusset of this. So I'll be out of the gusset soon. I'll do the gusset on the other one, and then we'll see. So those are all the socks that I've cast on. So that's only 3 out of my 8 pairs. So you're probably wondering, like, wait a second, Hannah, you want to do 8 pairs in the whole month, but you've only cast on 3 and we're at the end of week 1. The answer is yes. And the reason being, there's some DK weight socks in here. And as y'all know, DK weight goes incredibly fast. I'm a pretty fast knitter. I'm lucky that I can knit pretty fast, and DK weight goes pretty quick. So I'm not worried about it. Pairs 4 and 5, I'm not going to show both of them, but I will show you the yarn. This is Polka Dot Creek in the colorway Vintage Christmas Card. This is beautiful white yarn with red and green speckles, and it comes with 2 minis. This is Raspberry, and I believe this one is called Spruce. So I have these all in 25-gram balls. It was 100-gram full skein with the 2 20-gram minis. So there'll be 2 pairs of socks. There'll be a matching pair for me and my mom, but the minis will be inverted. So one of us will have a red cuff with green toes and heels, and then the other person will have a green cuff with red toes and heels. So I haven't cast those on yet. I'm hoping to cast them on this week. We'll see how I get on the other socks. I'm kind of enjoying having just a couple pairs to work on and get those finished very quickly. So we'll see if I can get maybe the Robin colorway by West Yorkshire Spinners complete, or even the Splash of Love socks complete this week, and then I can cast on the other 2 pairs. So that's pairs number 4 and 5, and this is in a bag from Polka Dot Creek. I think this one's by Creek's Gardens Crafts. They did these last year's with the Christmas Vacation colorway, and of course I had to have it. And this bag is by Stolen Minutes. So pairs 6, 7, and 8 are all DK weight. The first one, this is Mandy's Makings in the colorway Sweet as Mango. And I've not cast these on yet, but it's a DK boucle pair. I've never done boucle. I'm very excited to knit them. And I know this lady doesn't watch the podcast, if I can say it. She struggles with staying warm in the wintertime and like poor circulation. So I felt like the boucle would be a really nice touch to give that extra bit of fuzzy, warm slipper sock kind of feeling. So I'm thinking these I'll cast on this week. And I think if I cast on one of them, I'll probably have at least one of them done this week. And it's in a bag, I think also by White Rose Fiber Company. Yes. So the White Rose Fiber Company bag. I use this bag a lot. So that's pair number 6. And pair number 7 and 8, I'm gonna grab here. This is the last pair that I feel like I need to get done this month. And it is in a bag by Stitching Plaza. It is a Pride and Prejudice bag because I love all things Jane Austen. This is last January's colorway for Yarnable called How Time Flies. It's an 85-15 base, which is different because everything else I'm working with is a 75 merino 25 nylon base. So this one's an 85-15. I'm going to hold this yarn double to make it a DK weight pair of socks. This isn't even wound up yet. I'm waiting for when I finish the first pair of DK weight socks, I'll wind up this one and then knit these. And when I finish these, I'll knit up the 8th pair of socks, the last pair of DK weight yarn. So we'll see. I don't think these are going to be cast on next week, so I fully expect when you see next week's video, it'll still look like this. Maybe wound up, but that's probably about it. And the last pair, this is the pair that's not necessary, but I kind of want to do. So we'll see. And it's a pair for me, which is why I say it's not necessary, but I love this yarn and I want to knit it up. It's in a bag that I made myself. It's my first project bag I ever made. And it is Wool Market Fibers Pumpkin Spice that you saw me rave about in the last podcast episode. I think a pair of pumpkin spice socks before we end the month of November would be fantastic. So we'll see. If not, it'll be what it's going to be. I'll definitely have them for next year, so it won't be a big problem. So that is pair number 8. So the goal is I'll have some B-roll footage, I know here, of a little bit of my week so you can see the progress on the knitting, and just we'll check in each week, see how I do on, I'm calling this Socksgiving. the idea of all of the things I'm giving for Christmas, all the socks, get them done by Thanksgiving and see where we're at. So I will check in with you in a week and we'll see how much progress I make. Comment below. Thank you if you liked and subscribed on our last podcast episode. Comment below. Tell me what socks you like, your predictions, how you think this is going to go. And let me know what you're making if you're making any Christmas gifts. Anyway, thank you for watching and I'll see you next week. Bye.